So good morning, everyone. Welcome to the PhD Viva Voce examination by M. Mohammad Rafi on the topic of financial literacy among B school students in Chennai City, a study with special reference to financial behavior and knowledge. And we would like to introduce Dr. R. Shanti, the Research Guidance Supervisor, the Associate Professor, Department of Commerce, University of Madras, Chennai. And we have Dr. S. Syed Rafiq Ahmed, the External Examiner, Associate Professor and Head, PG and Research Department of Commerce, the New College, Raipet, Chennai. So I would request Dr. R. Shanti, the Research Guide and Supervisor, to begin the session. Shanti ma'am, you can begin the session.
Good morning to you. Good morning. I
Yes,
extend
ma'am.
a very warm welcome to everyone for this Viva Voce examination. The topic is very relevant: financial literacy among B school students in Chennai City. A special reference to financial behavior and knowledge. This is very relevant in the present situation in the sense that the bank has introduced moratorium and you do not know whether to take it or not. And the stock prices are coming down, whether to invest or whether to prefer a mutual fund. And other thing is to measure how we behave. Is a literacy level among the people is high. This study has especially taken the sample is from the B school students because from young, initially if you talk about the older generation, they usually prefer gold as well as real estate for investment. But now we have a lot of investment opportunities. We just wanted to find out what is the awareness level, what is the literacy level, the knowledge is this has enhanced or about the topic. And to conduct this Viva Voce examination, we have with us Dr. S. Syed Rafiq Ahmed, Associate Professor and Head, PG Research Department and Commerce, New College. Sir has got 27 experience of service and
for the wonderful introduction of the topic and as well as the introduction of the external examiner. And also at the outset, I extend my heartiest thanks for the University of Madras for having given me an opportunity to be the external examiner in this prestigious department, Commerce, PG and Research Department of Commerce of the University of Madras. Also, I personally Shanti for having given me an opportunity to be in this PhD evaluation panel also. And I would like to extend my heartiest thanks to the present HOD Dr. Rangarajan sir, and also our former HOD Dr. Gurusamy sir, and also Dr. Yuvraj sir, and Bhuvaneshwari madam, Dr. Bhuvaneshwari madam, and also Dr. Raghavan, and also the other our colleagues also in the Commerce Department. And it's a very wonderful an opportunity in this pandemic situation. We are taking care of our academic activities also. Though we have such type of situation which prevails in this present scenario. The topic what the candidate has taken as far as my observation goes, financial literacy among B school students in Chennai City. I think it has got some linear relation between financial literacy and the financial behavior and the knowledge. With this prelude, I'll just like to start the YOS examination with the candidate Mr. M. Mohammad Rafi. And as per the University of Madras regulations, we have to follow three steps are there. First one, presentation by the candidate. So the candidate will be using the PPT and also his presentation. And second stage, question and answer session from the audience and as well as those who are attending this webinar also. And the third one, the results given by the foreign examiner, announcement and evaluation, Indian examiner, guides report, and of course, external examiner of myself. All these things, this is the third stage. We will come to the third stage after these two stages are over. Now, this is the University of Madras. As per the regulations, we are following the standard of procedures. With this standard of procedures, now I request the candidate, Mr. M. Mohammad Rafi, to present his research work on financial literacy among B-school students in Chennai city, a study with special reference to financial behavior and knowledge. Over to Mr. Mohammad Rafi.
Good morning to one and all. Today I am going to present my research topic on financial literacy among business school students. Good morning to one and all present here. Today I am going to present my research topic, financial literacy among business school students in Chennai city, a study with a special reference to financial behavior and financial knowledge. We'll move on to introduction. Financial literacy is the ability to use skills and knowledge to make effective and informed money management decisions. The present global scenario focuses on the importance of financial literacy for both individual and the economy. It is a high time people gain more knowledge on financial knowledge and capabilities of healthy economic life. The need arises of financial literacy and its importance for the financial inclusion have been acknowledged by all possible stakeholders like policymakers, bankers, practitioners, researchers, and academics across the world. The various financial literacy programs have been implemented concerned institutions. And regarding a financial literacy defined by the OECD, a combination of awareness, knowledge, and skill, activity, and behavior make them to necessary to make a financial decision, and ultimately it will achieve their financial well-being. And according to United Nations report that India as a world the largest young population, despite having a lesser population than China, financial literacy is very important for them to plan their savings. Being conscious of money management, income, saving, and spending can equip the young people with the knowledge to safeguard themselves from future shock. And regarding a research problem of the study, financial literacy education is an important element for promoting a financial literacy and achieving the financial stability in the student's life. A few studies have found financial literacy significantly influencing the financial knowledge and financial behavior of the students. The linkage between financial knowledge and behavior and other not finding any proof. The present study is aimed at attempting a comprehensive manner focusing on financial literacy level and saving and investment behavior among the B-school students. The financial literacy education, it improves the consumers and understanding of financial concepts, product through information in order to develop the skills of the confidence to become more aware of a financial opportunity and risk. Financial literacy makes everybody to inform the choices to know the modus of operandi of the financial market and institution to make effective actions to improve the financial literacy well-being. Financial literacy of the students is an important tool to improve financial capability and the communities at large. The vast majority of the college coursework is designed to help the people pick up skills to earn more money and how they can manage the money management for the college students. Then the current scenario is essential for the academic institutions to take initiative and incorporate financial literacy education in their academic curriculum to achieve the growth in the economy. Then research gap of the study, the review of literature proves that most of studies ignored the financial literacy on money management practiced by the people, and therefore an attempt has been raised to make a study on explore impact of financial literacy among the B-School students. Next, objective of study, to awareness of the financial tools among the business students, to identify the money management skills possessed by B-School students, and next one, find the determinants of financial literacy among business school students, to know the association between demographic factors and the level of financial literacy. Then final one is to analyze the relationship between financial knowledge and financial behavior of the B-School students, and adapt for the future, such as basic money management, financial planning, financial knowledge, and investment decisions, financial attitude and financial behavior, and ways to improve. The final one is a financial influence. Then pilot study, to test the reliability and validity of the questionnaire. A pilot study was conducted by distributing 50 questionnaires during the first quarter of 2016. Based on the pilot study, the questionnaire was suitability corrected and refined for the final study. And research methodology for the present study, data collection were primary and secondary data. Primary data distributed by the way of a structured questionnaire, and the secondary data collected from the journals and other literature reviews, some other related internet articles. And methodology used descriptive research design has been adapted for the present study, and the sample size of 495 for the final study as taken. Then area of the study is Chennai city, and the sampling method used for the present study is a purposive sampling, non-probability method. And statistical tools was adapted, such as adapted like a percentage analysis, descriptive analysis, factor analysis, a cluster and discriminant correspondence, a multiple regression, and structural equation modeling has been applied for the present study. And the research analysis and discussion, first with the we'll go for the percentage analysis. Personal profile of the respondent. Majority of the B-School students are male, and they were single and also graduated from professional courses. And the maximum respondents of the B-School students are earning between 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees. The next one, financial profile of the respondents. Regarding a majority of the respondents do not prepare budget and also adapt the budget, and they rarely discuss related of a financial aspect with their family, and they have a saving habit of 10 to 20%. The next one is a financial products usage profile of the respondent. With this majority of the B-School students majority of the portions of the respondents do not hold any credit cards, and most of the students are using credit card user with the sizable portions. Then move on to factor analysis. A factor analysis is one of the independent techniques for a data reduction in the factor analysis. For the factor analysis, exploratory factor analysis was performed to identify the underlying dimension of money management with the 7 variables, namely divided into grouped into 2 meaningful factors, such as budget preparation factor and budget prediction factor. Regarding investment decision variables, there are 8 variables. The 8 variables are grouped into 3 meaningful factors, such as application factor and acceptance factor, comparison factor, with the total variances explained at 72.25%. The next one, financial planning variables are classified into 3 variables. Grouped into 3 factors. One is a prescient factor, a consideration factor, and evaluation factor. with the total together, variance explained 70.603%, and the KMO value of 0.773 with the p value of 0.001% significance. Regarding financial attitude of the variable, grouped into two factors. One is a visionary factor and imperative factors. With that together, a total variance explained 58.74% with a KMO value of 0.779. And the financial literacy improvement variables are meaningfully grouped into four factors, such as investigation factor, an inculcation factor, a communication factor, and final one is the assessment factor. With the together, there's of all the total variances 73.012%. The financial knowledge variables, total 10 variables are grouped into three meaningful factors. One is the awareness factor, another analytical, and final one is the information utility factors. Then regarding to financial behavior, there are 15 variables are grouped into 5 meaningful factors, such as inclination factor, reserving factor, financial situation factor, recognition factor, and precautionary factors. With that, where all the 5 factors which explain that 71% of 408% became a value of 0.671 significant value. Move on to the cluster analysis. Cluster analysis is a multiple statistical techniques for a grouping of cases of the data based on similarly a response of the several variables or subjects. With the results reveals that a cluster and discriminant analysis has been applied to explore a financial knowledge and behavior of the students. The results indicates that financial knowledge factors are significantly classified into three students group, such as emergent students and novice group and conventional students. The same way which is applied to the financial behavior also, a cluster and discriminant applied to the financial behavior. The financial behavior and financial knowledge student group results indicate that significantly classified into three students group, such as assertive group, aggressive group, and anxious group. With that explaining significantly grouped into based on the mean value, 98.6% of the cluster classification is accurate for the financial knowledge, and the same way it was calculated for the financial behavior also. It is 92.7% of cluster classification is accurately correct. So after analyzing the cluster and discriminant analysis, which we need to know whether the association has been correctly proved or not. So based on the cluster and discriminant analysis, which I have selected for the correspondent analysis for knowing the association between financial behavior group and the financial knowledge group. So in that, it shows that when we give them a financial knowledge, it increases automatically. The financial behavior also automatically increase to the student. So it shows that in this graph, it is clearly shows that when the person knowledge increase, at the same time the behavior of spending or saving behavior also it will increase. So the correspondent analysis proves that financial behavior and financial group are significantly associated. Then the next analysis, a regression analysis. A regression analysis is which we used to do for the relationship. After completing the correspondent analysis, we wanted to know the relationship between the financial attitude and financial literacy and dependent variable and another independent variable. So based on that, a regression was analyzed. Some of the most interesting questions of the statistical analysis resolve around the relationship among the variables, which is established by the regression analysis. Regression analysis is a tool which several important applications. So based on that, we can first we can find it is a way of testing of hypothesis concerning the relationship between two variables, and second thing is the way of estimating the specific nature of such a relationship, and third one, it allows us to predict the value of one variable. So the present study shows that financial attitude and the behavioral variable considered as a dependent variable, and the variable of the basic money management factor and the financial planning factor and investment decision factor and financial and literacy factors as a independent variable. Based on the result shows that significantly shows it is a 0.001 evaluation factor and budget prediction factor, comparison factor, awareness factor, utility, information utility factor, and application factor. These are the factors which clearly indicate that significantly proved. The remaining data of the factors is not significant, but the R square, it shows that 35% of the students, 35.6% of the students, it shows the financial attitude is relating to the independent variables. The same way which was analyzed with the financial planning. Financial planning factors are influencing with the budget preparation factor, evaluation factor, and acceptance factor, consideration factor, budget prediction factor, and awareness factor, comparison factor, analytical factor. These are the factors which is influencing and significantly proved that a relationship between the independent variable with the financial planning. It proves that 57% of 57.4%, it clearly shows that there is a relationship between a dependent variable with the financial planning. Then move on to the structural equation modeling. Usually the structural equation modeling done for the model fit. It has been developed. Structural equation model has been developed through the theoretical papers, and which is help of us Amos. Structural equation modeling, usually we wanted to know the awareness level of financial literacy of a B school students, which is influenced by the other determinants such as basic money management skills allowed by their investment decisions and financial planning. Structural equation modeling has used to test and bring forth the causal relationship using combination of a statistical data, a qualitative data caused by the population. The clearly shows the picture. There is a three independent variable, basic money management and investment decision and financial planning. With this independent variable, dependent variable which is influenced by the financial attitude and financial literacy, and it leads to, when we are giving into the financial changing of the attitude of the students, it leads to learning of financial literacy awareness. The awareness, it leads to increasing of the knowledge, and when knowledge increase, automatically the students financial behavior change. Finally, they can able to know which amount they have to save and which amount they have to invest. They have the analytical thinking of investments, they will come to know. So this is the model index fix, which is relevantly, it shows that a p-value of 0.66% and GFI 0.997 and AGFI 0.997 and TFI 0.998. It shows clearly the model is fit for the summary. And the next one is a limitation for the research study. I have taken only for the business school students, and it is restricted with the Chennai city, and it is a non-probability sampling by using a purposive sampling, and it is basically it is a behavioral patterns may change due to the cultural and socio-economic factors. And it regarding to the suggestion, based on the observation of the study, researchers suggested that few measures to enhance the financial literacy of the business school students for the enrichment their financial knowledge and attitude. Similarly, a few recommendations have suggested to the B school institution also. And the respondent should prepare and adapt the budget in order to improve the basic money management skills regarding to the basic money management. And next, it should be a visionary thinking for understanding the nuance of the money management. And also, we have to cultivate the better saving and expenditure for the investment attitude. And also, the respondent should have the cautious of money spending and based on the a balanced investment, a safer return to meet future financial emergency situations. And the respondent should cultivate the habit of learning more so that they can do analytical thinking and optimum utilization of finance. And also they can enrich the financial knowledge and behavior. The respondents should primarily focus on adaptability and acceptability of the financial knowledge, and they should concentrate on budget evaluation, budget prediction, and optimum utilization of the resources. Applications of the literacy play a vital role in determining the financial attitude. Then final one is the B school students should enhance their financial literacy through better acquisition of knowledge in their respective institutions to enrich the financial knowledge and behavior. And respect to the implication of the study, some of the implications are given, like exposure, knowledge increase, confidence, prediction from the exploitation, money value, participation in financial market. So which leads to better investment behavior to the B school students. Scope for the future directions, basically we can go for a comparative study like business school students with the arts and science students, or business school students with the engineering students. An exclusive study also we can able to do in future, like we can take into consideration of only engineering students, how much financial literacy knowledge which they have. And in order to go for a geographical location, I've taken for the Chennai city. Some of the researchers may take some other district or some other whole India also they can take for the future research. Conclusion study, the globalized environment or the economic growth of the country will be measured on the basis of financial strength of the city, financial strength of the citizen. The citizen can become finally financially sound only through the knowledge and behavior, Philanthropy of studies have been conducted in the rest of the world, countries, and very few studies are available on Indian context. Financial knowledge and skills managing personal finance are very important in everyone's life. Financial limitation can cause a stress and also a low self-esteem. The financial knowledge and financial literacy will help individual in managing personal finance for the real value for the money, so that benefit obtained by the individuals it will be a great way. And to conclude, the education system in India should emphasize on financial literacy in curriculum in order to financial well-being. The overall it leads to overall growth of the economy. That's it.
Sir, please unmute yourself and then speak, sir. Sir, Dr. Syed, sir.
Mohammad Rafi. The financial literacy in the finance area, you have selected the topic itself. It's a very great achievement, I can say, because in Tamil we used to say Kalyana Banibar Vitapakati Par, like that. But in our social science, especially commerce and management, finance research Pani Par. So in that angle, you have taken this topic as a challenging one. So a word of appreciation to you, because most of the scholars we come across, they take the topic on marketing, HR, and some very few on systems. Finance, mostly, most of them won't take the topic. So my word of appreciation once again for you for taking this finance area and making some contributions to the society. Now, what I feel, as per the University of Madras guidelines, the first stage, presentation by the candidate is over. Now we will go to the second step, questions from the audience we will take now. I request the research scholars, academicians, well-wishers, and those who are interested in the area also subject can have your questions, clarifications. Even you can contribute also in this field, whereby we all join together as a team. We can contribute to the society, and we can, as well as we can give a lot of suggestions also to the government also by this Viva examination and deliberation. Now I request our honored audience to clarify your doubts or clarifications or your contribution or whatever you feel. Yeah.
With the permission of the examiner, external examiner, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir. Please introduce your name and college.
Dr. S. Tamim Sharif,
Yes, sir.
Assistant Professor of Commerce, as well as the History of Accounting and Finance.
Yes.
Mr. Rafi, I just need a small clarification.
Yes, sir.
How the objectives are correlated to the hypothesis?
Actually, in my research, it is basically a descriptive one, sir. So whatever which we have described, analyzed things which are presented, sir, here.
Okay, okay, right. Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rafi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, sir. May I please ask a question?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. Please introduce your name and college.
Yeah, I am Mrs. Hemlata from MOP Vaishnav College for Women. So my question to you is of something very basic, sir. I was just following. I just wanted a simple clarification regarding your sample. Your sample are students, and you were trying to cite their family income and how they appropriate their savings in various financial instruments. Is that what you were trying to say, sir? I just wanted this basic clarification, please.
Yeah, yes, sir. In my research, I have taken for the B school students, and whatever the money which they have get it from their family and how much they are saving, and some of the B school students are also like part-time they were working, and also they were doing the course. So in that way, I have taken for my sample for the study, ma'am.
So it is their total family income, or it is their part-time work income which they are saving? I just could you clarify?
Whatever the money which they have get it from their
They were
parents
saying
for their own expenses. Yes. Ma'am. Hello. Ma'am, not audible, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Yes, well-wishers, academicians, researchers, budding research scholars. Very interesting topic. Very great contribution to the society also, I can see.
Hello.
This research work. Yes, yes.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Please introduce your name and the college, sir.
So Dr. Tamim Sharif.
Yes, sir.
Rafi.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Rafi, what are your, just give me two findings that are helpful to the society regarding the finance.
So yes, sir. The study is basically how we can change the behavior of the students. So which is the ultimate aim which we have taken for the study, and it will when we are changing the behavior, automatically it will change everything. then it leads to the savings and investments and other things will automatically will change. So that they are financially literate and they will have a knowledge with that they can go for a proper investments. So they will know what is a risk there and how much we have to take a risk and how much we can able to earn in that situation. They will come to know clearly, sir.
Excellent, excellent, Rafi.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I request the researchers, academicians, and well-wishers, you can use the chat box also. Any kind of questions, clarifications you have. We are very much honored.
How many years, Mr. Rafi, Mohammed Rafi, I want to ask one question. How many areas?
College.
I'm Dr. Mazza Sultana from Presidency College, retired HOD. How many areas you have focused upon collecting your samples from Chennai City? You said you have selected Chennai City, samples from Chennai City. How many of the areas you have focused on?
I have taken my whole research study for whole Chennai City.
All the areas?
All the areas, which is specifically for the B school schools, B schools in Chennai City. Total B schools, whatever the B schools are there in Chennai, we have taken for the study.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah.
Sir, yes, sir.
I am Mohan Ram, former professor of commerce, University of Madras.
Welcome, sir.
I want to get a clarification from the research scholar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dear Muhammad,
Yeah, yes, sir.
that is, you have identified a selective group for your survey work.
Yes, sir.
There are two B school group.
Yes, sir.
And when did you conduct this survey?
A survey conducted in the year of 2016, sir.
2016.
Conducted in
Based on that
16,
survey
yes,
result, you have identified various, you applied varieties of, that is, the statistical tools, analyzed the information, and contributed your ideas for your research work, related to your research work.
Yes.
I want to know to what extent the idea and the contribution recommendations made by you related to research work will be applicable to present scenario.
It will be depends upon the situation, sir. Actually, I have taken for the study in the 2016. So the socio-economic things are changed in 2006 and 2020. So maybe it will be differ, sir. So we cannot take it into consideration from the 2006 activities, everything to 2020. It will be very difficult, sir, because there are so much of difficulties which is faced by the general public, like even the students, the people who are taking classes are learning everything, knowledge, everything by way of online. So in this pandemic period, it will be very difficult. Whatever the things or suggestions which I have given in the that particular study period, it may be not applicable, sir, or it not be suitable to the present scenario, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I think in this previous question, the candidate, Mr. Mohammed Rafi, has also touched in his conclusion, sir, savings and investment also. So that is also, he has contributed to the society, I can say. Yeah, next one. Any clarifications, any suggestions, or any contributions you would like to make, like to add, you are most welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir, I am Dr. Shanbaganathan from Sivaganga Government Arts College.
Yes,
welcome, sir.
Just I want to ask a simple question to Mr. Rafi. First of all, my congratulations for his wonderful presentation. But I want to get only one clarification. Yes, your sample size is 495.
Yes, sir.
What is your total population? What is the percentage of sample you have chosen? How you have chosen this particular number?
Yes, sir. Actually, I have distributed total number of questionnaires 600, sir. Based on that, I have received only 574 questions, sir. In that 574 questions, around some 54 questions are not suitable, and some of the questions were not. It is not fit for my studies, sir. So based on that, finally, I have considered for 495%, 495 questionnaires with the percentage of more than 80%, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you so much. Yes, madam.
Have you made the gender-based studies with regard to financial behavior?
I have taken them, but it is not a male and basically there is no influence on gender difference. Male and female, there is no difference.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Huh?
Sir.
Rafiq.
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Yes,
I am Professor Panjalan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most welcome, sir.
Okay. Right. So I have a few questions. So when you take the study, actually the business school students, they are studying some subjects relating to the financial area. For example, they study portfolio management and they study financial management. Particularly if the specialization is finance, I think they will read more elaborately on this. Then how do you justify studying the financial literacy among the B school students? This is one question.
Even I.
Then another question, you note down the question. Then another question. So when you take the students, whether they are B school students or art science students, only few may work in part-time. And the remaining students, they only focus on their study. So they are not investors. They are only spending for their education only. Then how the study is relevant for this work?
Sir, first question, sir. Okay. Regarding finance, I have taken exclusively for those who are taken for the finance specialization. I have considered for my study, sir. First one.
Only those?
Only those who are taking finance as their specialization.
That is when they have specialization, automatically they will learn. Then what is the need for studying their literacy?
So that's what, sir. What is their impact? Whether they have taking into finance, whether they have any impact on taking the specialization or not. That's what I have taken for the studies.
So you want to know whether they practice what they have learned?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Practice, sir. Yes,
sir. Okay. Study is only for practice, na? So we are reading, we are learning only for practicing purpose. Only we are learning. Then what is the need?
In that, many of the students they were doing a part-time, sir, and they were working in the organization as well as they are doing like a twinning program. So most of the students they are well versed in investing, and they are buying of shares and investing some other mutual funds. So they have a credit card.
Out of your sample, how many are making investment?
Out of my sample? 495, sir.
Okay. So out of 490 something, how many are making investments?
1 minute. In that financial profile, it shows that there is a budget adoption and budget preparations. With that, majority of the students, they were taking budget and they are also adapting the budget, sir.
But I think when you discuss, you said most of the students, they are not preparing the budget like that you said. And you said most of the participants, they don't have credit card like that. I think you said that in your discussion. Am I right?
Sir?
So when you discussed, when you presented your report, you said most of the students don't prepare the budget. And even they don't have credit card like that. So nowadays the investors, most of the investors, they will have all these things. Then it looks contradiction.
Sorry, sir. Actually, the next slide it clearly says that a position of financial products and dependence. It shows that a majority of the B school students have financial products, and also they are dependent with the credit
So
card.
majority means
Majority.
99 also majority, 51 also majority. So what is the exact percentage?
Exact 50% and 49% they were B school students are having credit card and other financial products.
When you say majority, you should mention the percentage.
Okay, so
otherwise, even if you say 50, then it is 50-50 only. It's not majority.
Okay.
So when it comes 51, then only you can say majority.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right, carry on.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Professor, for your valuable
sir.
suggestion and contribution to the society. Okay, any other questions from the audience? Can you go for the third stage?
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm Professor Mohan Ram speaking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
A question is to Muhammad Rafi.
Yes, sir.
Now you've taken a very good topic for your research work.
Yes.
And literally, that is high-tech target group is taken for conducting your survey.
Yes, sir.
Based on your research work and personal experiences,
Yes, sir.
considering the current scenario,
Yes, sir.
do you have any message to rural population who are facing lot of financial problems?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, our government of India also taken many initiatives, sir, like RBI and SEBI, and most of the banks are creating awareness to the rural areas, sir. Like a financial literacy programs was there, and in RBI Governor Chakravarti was in that period as a governor. He has taken initiative for creating financial literacy centers, and it has changed as a financial literacy programs. So with these everything, it will create a rural people to everybody to open a bank accounts, and they have to have aware of all the financial products such as how to save and how much we have to invest and how much we have to spend, and everything they are explained for every financial literacy program to the rural people, sir. With these things, people may come to know how they can improve enhance their financial literacy.
Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, once again. Any other thing? Can we go for the third stage? Okay. Madam, can I go? Okay, thank you so much, the academician, researchers, well-wishers, for your clarifications, contributions to the society. And we'll move on to the third one. Certain questions are there asked by the examiners, and also I have got some clarifications also. And with this, the third stage will be over, and then we will do our assessment also after this is over. Now, I'd like to straight away, I think we have to, again, Madam, Dr. Shanti Madam, we have to appreciate for the guide also for taking this wonderful topic in this present scenario. And also we have to give one extra cup of tea to Mr. Muhammad Rafi, because there is no question from the foreign examiner. And the examiner has commented the thesis. But the Indian examiner has some questions to be clarified during the Viva. Number one, explain the appropriateness of the use of the statistical tools for the present study.
Basically, to know the awareness level, I have taken for a demographic things for the frequency analysis, like with that frequency analysis, financial product awareness, and demographic variables, is that we can able to know how they are aware of basic financial products. So this is the thing which I have taken. And another thing, factor analysis has been done, sir. For all the variables are grouped into meaningful factors. Know the groups, factoring groups. So I have applied factor analysis, and also cluster and discriminant analysis applied for a grouping of the respondents, and also discriminated analysis for to predict the groups, like financial behavior and attitude were find out, and based on that a cluster analysis discriminant has been done with the cluster and discriminant analysis. To prove, I have done a correspondent analysis. With the correspondent analysis, knowing the what is the association between financial behavior and financial knowledge. So in that we can clearly say that there is an association over there with the financial behavior and financial knowledge. And a regression analysis, it is a relationship with the dependent and independent variable. To know the dependent and independent variable, a relationship has found, and based on the find the relationship, I have done with the all the analysis. I have framed the model. So like how the dependent variables are related with the independent variable. So dependent variable, it automatically come to awareness level. So the dependent variable, it automatically stably it will increase the financial behavior. So in that way, I have done a statistical analysis.
Good. What are the gender implications of the study? Shed light on implications on married and unmarried women, if any.
So in my study, I have not taken any gender classification. So gender in the sense which is there is no impact. So that's why I have not considered. Maybe it may be considered for the future prospects.
Then finally, I will ask one more question. Suggest pedagogical changes, if any, required to be made in these schools to enhance the levels of financial literacy of students in the light of your findings.
Yes, sir. That's what I have told, sir. The behavior, how it will change, it is based on the knowledge. The knowledge will increase by the way of financial literacy. The literacy, it goes with the financial attitude. Then financial literacy automatically depends with the basic financial products. Sir. Like these things, they are aware about it. Automatically, it will the financial B school students financial behavior automatically increases.
Okay, the Indian Examiner has highly commented your thesis, and then the research supervisor also has highly commented your thesis, and with the permission of the guide, I have got some clarification. First one is financial literacy among B schools. We have focused the study, right?
Yes,
it's a clarification.
Yes.
Maybe we can leave some of the scope for further research also to the students by this deliberation. This is what I have in my mind. You are focused on the B school students, right? Do you think that the non-B school students, they are satisfied with the financial literacy?
It may be considered for the future research. If we go with that, we will come to know the comparative study will light the relationship, whether they have more than the B school students or they have less than the B school students.
The B school students, normally they are postgraduates, right?
Yes.
And I think they will be having already their financial literacy there.
Yes.
So what is the significance of financial literacy of B schools students? Already undergraduate, no? They all, I think so. Yes. They would have gone through this financial literacy and all.
Based on the results finding, it reveals that they have a financial literacy, sir, B school students.
And then certain observations I have made. Madam, can I? In the review of literature, Okay, you have mentioned 6 categories, right? But in the topic you have mentioned as financial literacy, and you have taken the special reference to financial behavior and knowledge. But in the review of literature, you have made classified into 6 categories.
Yes,
I have understood like that. You please clarify, or you can defend the. Financial literacy as a component and financial behavior and knowledge as subcomponent when I look into the topic. But when I see in the review of literature, you have made financial literacy as 1 and financial behavior 2, knowledge 3, like that you have made. So how I can take?
The serial number, maybe I have taken it to wrong way, sir. So financial literacy, it gives under everything, sir, like financial knowledge, behavior, and planning it will come.
That's
yes, sir.
And then the sampling design and all you have put, right? Could you please take the page? I just have a clarification. Page number 10. Sampling design is there, right? Sampling technique is there. Sampling size determination is there.
Yes, sir.
So what I have observed is the definition for sampling design, meaning for this sampling technique. I think it's already sampling technique, also probability, non-probability techniques are there. Sampling size determination also. All these things are there. Theoretical is there.
Yes, sir.
So whether you have taken these 3 things into your study.
These are the literature.
If you have taken, why you did not mention in your sampling design, sampling technique, sampling size determination? Because we have a lot of books, we have a lot of internet materials are there. So where we can come to know sampling design, what is sampling design, what is sampling technique and all. But what is the need of mentioning that definition, meaning and all in this research work?
Sir, I have here clearly mentioned the sampling size determination. I have given the things, sir. Based on that only, I have derived with the 495 samples, sir.
Did you touch
Yes,
your
with the sample size determination? Yes, sir.
There? Normally, whatever we put, no, whatever the research work we do, we used to put.
That's what I have given the quotes, sir. Yes, sample determination.
Okay, Mr. Rafi. In the review of literature, what do you would like to tell? Because just review of literature alone is there,
yes,
but at the end,
so we should say research
is
gap.
There. What we follow?
Research gap.
So what do you say?
Research gap.
So whether it is there in your thesis?
So actually, some typographic error was there. So I have put into the research gap in the first chapter.
So the research gap should come over there,
yes,
or the inferences from the reviews should come
yes, sir.
At the end of the review of literature,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes.
I'd like to another thing, a very scholarly way of interpreting the data and statistics have been done.
Yes.
Once again, madam, I am very happy to the society, both the scholar and the guide has contributed the statistical work. Scholarly way, I can say. Okay. But I have got some clarification in this.
Yes.
Could you please tell me what is the significance of using this eigenvalue and canonical correlation in your table 4.16?
Page number, sir. Page number, sir.
4.16 table number. Because it will be useful for the budding researchers. They can also use. Because of the unique work, I'm just clarifying this doubt.
Yes, sir. Here we have taken the multiple correlation, like a relationship we have done, sir. So based on the multiple correlation, which we can discriminate the functions, sir. So like I have taken for the financial knowledge 3 factors, like awareness factor and analytic factor, information utility factors. With that eigenvalue, I have compared with the canonical correlation. So if we have the relationship, so we can take it into consideration for the significant. Whether we have a significant or not, we can able to say in that analysis.
And then the last thing, I think bibliography you have to use. We have used the word
I've taken
references. Is it a mistake or you want to defend anything on this?
It is a mistake.
Because I have seen in abroad, these examiners also, they use, but in our Indian universities, normally we use, yes madam, the term bibliography we use, but here you have put the references at the end, instead of using the word bibliography.
Yes.
Mr. Rafi, do you have any other special mention you would like to make?
Actually, it is a typographical error that I have inserted the reference.
Okay. Whatever the suggestions given by the examiners, the honored audience, and also whatever the observations we have made now, I request the candidate not to stop this research. Don't think that today is the last day for your research. Don't bundle it. Don't keep it at the top of your room, something like that.
Okay.
Your research journey starts from now only.
Okay.
So my humble request is that sit along with the guide and make whatever the discussion or whatever we have made now, the corrections, make it. Please go for publication. This is what my humble request, number one. Is it okay, madam? Publications, you please make it. Okay. Because I already told that in the finance area, very few people are doing the research on this.
Okay.
So you have taken it as a challenge and you have contributed to the society also a lot. And another uniqueness I forgot to tell you, you yourself have developed the SEM model also. So something unique I have seen in that. Okay. Normally people used to struggle to draw this SEM and all, but you yourself have done it, no problem. It is eye-opening to the budding researchers also. So based on this and these discussions, madam, can we sum up all this? So third stage of the Viva was comes to an end now. So I request once again, please have this research journey after Viva is over, after the results are over, and please go and take your minor project, major project, contribute a lot of articles, bring laurels to the University of Madras, the institution where you work, bring laurels to the guide, and also you also be top of the world in near future. Okay. Now, based on this observations and examiners evaluation, foreign examiner, Indian examiner, guides evaluation, and also questions by the external examiner, and also the way how you are defended, how you explained, all those things. Can I take the permission of the audience to recommend this candidate, Mr. M. Mohammed Rafi, to award him Doctorate of Philosophy in Commerce degree? Can I take the permission? Yeah.
Yes.
So with the permission of the guide also, I am very happy to announce the assessment. Already all your assessment have been over now. Based on the foreign examiners, Indian examiners report, guides report, and the external examiner of myself, and also the deliberations by the audience, we recommend to this prestigious University of Madras to award Doctorate of Philosophy in Commerce to Mr. M. Mohammed Rafi, to the Syndicate of the University of Madras. I think from this moment onwards, madam, I take this liberty to call Mr. M. Mohammed Rafi as Dr. M. Mohammed Rafi. Congratulations to the candidate. And also, I have no words to tell about the guide. Already, madam is doing a wonderful job in the finance area, not only that in the marketing area. Lot of summits she used to conduct. Lot of books are there. So once again, feather is added to you, madam, also. You have also brought the laurels to the department by doing this financial area. Once again, my congratulations to you. And with this, we are coming to an end of all the standard of procedures of the University of Madras. And I now hand over this mic to the aide, Dr. R. Shanti Madam.
So I just wanted to tell few words. Why this particular research topic? We went through a particular research report which said, I'm talking about not this ordinary customers, the high end who are supposed to be the literate customers. When they wanted to sell their property, they came to know that they have not bought it. Actually, it is for a lease. So, and we have also observed, and you also agree with me, many times we just sign at the bottom of the thing, wherever you have to sign. We never read the entire process. Most of the suicides and other things committed by the farmers, etc., it is because of they are not into the, maybe they are not aware about the facilities available, or it is easy to get into the banks and other things to get a loan. So on the one hand, even the literate people are not aware. On the other hand, talking about the rural people also not aware about the various finance models or instruments that has been available. And many people are afraid to enter into the bank. They depend on other money lenders, and we all know the interest charges are very high. So in this context, we thought, if this is the two polarization, even with literate, illiterate, what is happening in the B school, those who are specialized in finance, what is their literacy level, and are they, whatever their knowledge, is it being reflected in the behavior? So this is what is the background of the study. So that is why we took B school specialized in finance. What is the literacy level? What is the curriculum we are learning? And is this knowledge, is it being reflected in their behavior, in their investment opportunities, or they are helping out? Why the students, you may ask me, because most of if you will all agree with me, in a particular family, previously maybe the parents were taking decisions. Now the children, they play a greater role in what to buy, not to buy, etc. So that is why we thought the B school students, especially taken for our study. And we found there is not much difference in the gender, but we have also suggested certain things to improve the curriculum and other things. But basically, we have a closer attitude when we come to read the maybe it is usually 4 to 5 pages, maybe a document is there, we never read. But this is going on whether it is with the finance literacy or with background, without background, literate, not illiterate, etc. So that is the only one suggestion which I wanted to give to all the participants who are listening here. And with this, I just want to thank the examiner, Syed sir, Dr. S. Syed Rafiq Ahmed sir, for conducting it in a very professional way, and he gave a lot of room for the participants to interact, and also he also gave few suggestions to the research scholar not to stop at this point of time and then go ahead. And I also thank university, members of the convener committee, register, and special thanks to controller of examination for all the support extended for conduct of this particular Viva. I thank head of the department, Dr. Rangarajan, my colleagues, Dr. Bhuneshwari, Dr. Yuvaraj, for all their moral support. I thank the DZ committee member, Dr. Panchalan sir, for all the valuable inputs. And talking about the scholar, he was here as an MCOM student, and he don't ask me for a PhD seat. it is Dr. Professor Mohan Ram sir who insisted, asking him to do a PhD, and he asked me to take him under my guidance. So the credit goes to him for all the motivation and support. And you must be wondering, 2016 he conducted the study, and then why now, why such a gap? Actually, the internal examiner, she met with an accident, and after 6 months and 8 months we got the report. So there was a delay in getting the report, and you all know I wanted to do an viva during the month of March, and then because of the pandemic we could not do it. So there was a lot of delay, not because of the scholar, but because of the certain forces which is not within our control. And so with this, talking about that, my candidate, he did an extremely wonderful job, very sincere to his, I should say very sincere, and he will never ask me anything, and he will just, whether he likes it or not, he will just follow whatever we say. It's very difficult to find a scholar like him. With all my scholars, I share a very great relationship, and with him also, I treat him as my own my own son. So my best wishes to him. I thank Almighty for conducting this viva voce examination and then eventually awarding of the degree. Thank you one and all.